In this video, I'm going to give you some great exercises to grow your glutes for both at the gym and at home. And funny enough, way more men ask me how to grow their glutes as compared to women. Maybe it's because I work mainly with men as my clients in my Modern Man program, but it just goes to show that everybody and their mother is trying to grow their glutes. So in today's video, I'm going to share a few key glute movements that are my favorites that you can do in the gym, and then I'll also share ones that you can do at home as well, and I'll include the dumbbell exercises in the home section as well as a few body weight options. And I do want to give you a heads up, I'm not going to be including the traditional barbell back squat in this video because that's one of the most popular leg movements. We all know that it's, pretty solid for glutes, although I would make the argument that it's actually more quad focused as compared to glutes, and that glutes are more of the secondary mover. But also there's plenty of people out there that would prefer not to squat and would like alternatives, so that's what I'm going to give you here. Alright, so let's get into it, and if you end up liking the video, feel free to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I make more videos just like this every single week. Let's start off with the gym exercises. I've got 3 primary ones for you to hit the glutes really, really well. The first one is a hip thrust, okay? This is probably the most effective exercise to really grow and strengthen your glutes, and you can do multiple variations of it. Most generally it's seen done with a barbell, right? You're kind of starting sitting on the floor, your back is up against a bench, and you thrust the barbell into the air, and you have it kind of balancing on your hips and your waist area, and that can be somewhat uncomfortable. So what I like even better is this hip thrust machine that my gym has, where you basically put a belt around your waist and you can load the plates on that machine, you put your feet on the platform, and it makes it really easy to isolate the glutes really well and, do more load than generally you would be able to do with just a barbell. So in general, the hip thrust movement, in my opinion, is the best exercise for targeting the glutes, and this is my number 1 exercise. The number 2 exercise I have here to grow your glutes is an RDL, or a Romanian deadlift. And this is very commonly associated with training the hamstrings as a hamstring exercise, which is true. It is good for the hamstrings, especially if you keep more of a stiff leg positioning and almost like a locked out leg positioning. You're going to target more of the hamstrings. But if you have more of a bend at the knees and your legs aren't as locked out or as stiff, it's actually an excellent glute exercise, and I would argue that it's probably my second favorite exercise to hit the glutes after the hip thrust. Now you can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with a barbell, you can do it with a trap bar, which is something I've actually tried more frequently over the last year or so, which I really, really like. But I'd probably say doing it with the trap bar and the dumbbells are my favorite way to perform this exercise. The third gym exercise that I have for you to grow your glutes is a leg press with a very specific foot positioning. And that's something that I really love about the leg press machine, is that you can adjust your foot placement to favor either the glutes or the quads. And specifically what I've been doing over the last couple years to really grow my glutes and favor the glutes over the quads in a leg press is to keep a very high and narrow foot positioning. And this is going to help favor those glutes and really build them, as opposed to having the quads take over. A more favorable quad positioning would be having a lower towards the bottom of the platform stance and keeping a narrow stance on that platform for the leg press. So those are 3 of my favorite exercises at the gym to build your glutes. Now let's switch over to options you can do at home, including some body weight stuff and some dumbbell work, okay? So the first one is still going to be a hip thrust. The good thing is that you can do this at home either with like a dumbbell. You can place a dumbbell on your hips and use that as the resistance, or you can even do a single leg body weight hip thrust, which is actually super effective and super challenging if you do enough reps of them with the proper form. I did plenty of these over the pandemic when I was training at home and gyms were closed here in New York. So that is still the number 1 exercise even when training at home. Nigel heard me recording the video and came in and wanted to join, but the second exercise that you can do at home or even at the gym is a Bulgarian split squat. Again, this is another exercise that you can adjust it to be more quad focused or glute focused. And again, you can do these with dumbbells, holding dumbbells by your sides, or you can just do them body weight as a body weight exercise, and they're still really, really challenging. One of the most effective and challenging exercises, probably also one of the most hated exercises out there. So to make sure that you're focusing more on the glutes for this exercise, you want to make sure that in your leading leg, your knee is slightly behind your leading toe or your leading foot. And that means you're going to be a little bit further away from the bench or the couch or whatever platform you're using to elevate that rear leg. You're maybe a couple inches further away than you generally would stand. And you're also going to have a slight lean, a slight bend forward at the hips. And for example, a comparison to focus more on the quads, you would have a slightly closer stance with that leading foot so that it's not as long of a distance between the bench or the couch and your foot. Exercise number 3 that you can do at home is lunges. So again, you can do these with just body weight, or you can hold dumbbells while you're doing your lunges. And similar to the Bulgarian split squat, you want to make sure that you're taking nice long strides and having a slight lean and bend forward at the hips. You don't want to round your back, but a slight bend forward when you're doing this exercise, as opposed to taking short steps with your lunges. The shorter the steps you take, the more quad focused it's going to be. All right, the final and 4th exercise I have for you to build your glutes at home is step-ups. And these, I believe, are a very underrated exercise for the glutes. And again, you can do these holding dumbbells by your sides. You can put a bar on your back, even if you have that, or you can just do it with your body weight. And it's going to be really good for growing your glutes. And what I recommend is, instead of alternating one side and the other side and one side, the other side, just keep one foot on the platform the whole time, do your step up, come back down, and continue to do, your 10 reps or your 15 or 20 reps on one side, and just never take your foot off that platform. Not only are you going to save time, but you're going to be able to really work that one side over and over again until you complete your given reps, and then you can shift over to the other side. So there you go, man. Those are my favorite 3 or 4 favorite exercises to build your glutes for both at the gym and at home. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you add some of these into your leg sessions. And I'd love to know which of these exercises you're already doing in your program right now, and maybe which ones you're going to add into your program now that you've watched this. So comment down below, and I'd love to see what you guys are doing. But thank you so much for watching. If you are looking to effectively build muscle without adding much body fat, if any, I really recommend you check out this other video that I recently did as well, and I will see you on the next video.